Ollie Hill Records.
Yeah. Tolu don't come again, yo. Ha! Nandazi, you baby fresh, kid them again.
Hello guys, welcome to the show today, one-on-one with Hyceprincess, and I'm still your host today, Hyceprincess, and I'm here live at Piccadilly City. Piccadilly City is really a fascinating place, and when you can come here for your next vacation, I'm so sure coming to this place for my next vacation. One-on-one with Hyceprincess today, and my guest today is Tolu Abraham Adeshino. Tolu is one of the 6 finalists of Project Fame Season 3. And Tolu is from Ogbomoso, Oyo State, but he was brought and bred up in Kaduna State. Tolu just released his extended play, that means the EP album, and it consists of 3 songs: Champions, Pretty Mama, and No Things. And I'm sure today you're gonna listen to Tolu singing to us. I'm sure you're gonna love that. Stay tuned as we go on a break. One-on-one with Hyceprincess.
I love you, end of story.
Hello guys, welcome back on the show. One-on-one with Hyceprincess, and I'm here with my guest today, Abraham Tolu Adeshino. So we all know him as Tolu.
I've been singing since I was quite young. I think I was about 11 when I started singing in a Baptist choir.
Okay, what inspired you to be a musician?
I think the early people spotted the talent in me quite very early. Even as young as I was, I would come back home from school in my school uniform and sit down in front of the TV and listen to music. My dad had this small TV thing, recorder thing that music recorder, and he would play music, and I'll just sit there. Sometimes they had to chase me to do homework. So my love for music started very young, and before I turned 15, I noticed that I already started singing in different churches because people were inviting me to churches to sing, and so it was kind of like a relationship that started. Me and music, we started a relationship a long time ago, so it was only fate for me to do music professionally.
And your relationship with music has been cordial since then, right?
Yes, absolutely. I've been growing. People that have known me for a long time have seen the transition of Tolu. Tolu has grown from the Tolu you used to know in Project Fame to the Tolu I am now. So it's a learning process, and you grow and you get better.
And please, most musicians face some challenges in the music industry. What are the challenges you've been facing or you faced?
Well, prior to my signing to Ali Hills Records, which is affiliated to Maven Records, the challenges were pretty obvious, because if you have talent and you have content, but you don't have management or the means to push it, basically the financial backing, because we all know that music is expensive, especially in Nigeria, from promotions to everything. So those are the major challenges basically faced in the music industry: pushing your music, getting your stuff out, making sure that the whole of Nigeria here's what you've done. So it's a huge challenge. From a musical perspective, I think the only challenge that most artists face is the limit in versatility. We unfortunately just have one genre of music in Nigeria that is strong, that is mainstream music, not like America that has mainstream R&B, mainstream soul, mainstream jazz. You can't do some of those types of music here because we only have one type of mainstream music. So if you're gifted in a different way, it will be very challenging for you to fit in mainstream Nigerian music. So those are basically. After Project Fame, I actually reluctantly auditioned for Project Fame. Everybody was like, "You're doing music so well in Kaduna. Nobody knows you outside of Kaduna. Why don't you try something, a reality show?" And I did Project Fame, and Project Fame opened my eyes that beyond just in my local community, that I have my friends and my family and people that I know. My music can actually affect more people, the whole of West Africa, basically. And after Project Fame, I just didn't see any reason to go back to Kaduna and not do music. I just decided to stay in Lagos and do music. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. Most of your fans think you're a Niger Trey songs. How do you feel about that? How do you cope with that?
I think it's very flattering for me, because of course we know Trey Songz is very talented and very good looking, even from a guy's perspective. So for fans to liken me to someone like that, I think it's a huge privilege. It's very flattering.
So how do you cope with your fans that are ladies of most of them thinking you're Trey Songz? I know.
Well, I have so much love for my female fans because looking back, everything I've achieved so far is because my female fans, most especially, have supported and loved my music over the years. So I have love every time I get to meet a fan on this, whether female or male, but I get to meet a fan on the street, in the mall, or wherever I meet them. I always appreciate them, make them feel like I know them because they are the ones making my music grow. So.
Wow, that's nice. Most people in Nigeria, I think most musicians bribe their way to the top, sleep with maybe a producer or something. How do you feel about that? What can you say about that?
I feel if your talent is ironclad, what I mean by that is you have undeniable talent. Anybody that hears you will know that yes, this person is gifted. I don't think you need to bribe anybody. The only place I know that artists spend money is when you're promoting your stuff, because there are a lot of venues to advertise your music. A lot of people you need to put DJ mixes, radio stations, TV stations, both terrestrial and international stations. All of these things are not free, so definitely you wouldn't call that a bribe. That's just you trying to push your music. But as for those that feel like they need to either sell them, especially female artists, sell their bodies, or you're doing a disservice to yourself because your music, your talent should be strong enough for you to be successful.
Do you feel your talent should be your passion and your drive force?
Absolutely. And the only problem when there's talent and there's no push, there's no promotions. That's the only time there will be serious issues.
Okay, you said I use record is affiliated to Maven. Okay, most musicians now like Luke, he just left YBNL.
Yeah.
Are you planning to leave Ali's record very soon?
No, because I feel like an artist will get to the point where he can manage himself when he's very successful. And I still feel like there's a lot of things I and Ali Hughes Records need to accomplish. There'll come a stage in an artist's career that even your own management will say, you know what, we think you're big enough, you can handle this. Same thing Olamide did with Lil Cash. I said loyalist. I still have a lot to accomplish with Ali Hughes Records. So yeah, we still have a journey ahead of us.
Okay, that's nice of it. I was working with Don Jazzy like.
Man, he blew my mind. Basically, he's an incredible talent, an incredible producer, and he taught me a lot personally about performance, about being an artist, about choosing your type of music, making sure it's indigenous. Even if you're a great singer, how to curb that great singer side of you and make sure it's very indigenous and local. So working with Jazzy was a huge plus in my career. It transformed everything about me down to my brand, and I always look back and I'm thankful. He did it twice with me, and yeah, that's God's grace right there.
You just released your EP, which conclude of three, which is named Threesome,
Yeah.
Conclude Champions, New Things, and Pretty Mama.
Yeah.
I was working with CDQ,
Yeah.
CDQ is that straight breed of a
Yeah.
person. I was working with CDQ
Well, I would say that because of the story of the song had a street hustle, in it, and CDQ is somebody that I know that started from nothing, and he's somebody today. So it was like a good synergy. We really bonded because I told him my story, and I knew some of his story too. So it was very easy for us to work together. A lot of people would have thought that Tolu the singer and CDQ the street person would have been an improper fit, but from listening to the jam, everybody was like, "Wow, this is a perfect collabo," because we were on the same page as to the idea of the song. So yeah.
What inspired Pretty Mama, New Things, and CDQ's O1?
Oh yeah, Champion is basically my story. If I look back, the years I wasn't signed, from 2010 till 2014, things were really rough, And you have people come and look at you and tell you you don't have star quality, you look very funny, you're not supposed to be a star. People will come and try and discourage you, but I stayed, and it was rough. Sometimes you couldn't eat, sometimes you couldn't even go for interviews or go to shows. But yeah, I stayed all those years, and I signed my record deal in 2014, and I realized that if you're patient enough, there's nothing you cannot achieve. And then Pretty Mama's story is basically a story that I made up in my head, because anybody can, every guy can relate to this story. You're in the neighborhood and there's this girl that lives down the street. She's very fine and everything. And every time you look at her, so that's basically the scenario that was created in that song. And then New Things is also a story that I made up. It's basically this guy that has been falling out of love continuously, and then finally finds the one that he wants to be with, and he's like, man, old things will pass away, new things are here to stay. So
are you telling us and your fans out there that you've met the perfect woman?
the perfect woman for me right now is music. So I'm still working, the time will come, but yeah, for now I'm still working. I'm still very single. Yeah.
You're single and searching and ready to mingle or what?
Yeah, you could say that.
I'm available.
Okay, no problem.
Hey guys, and we are still on the show today, one on one with Hyceprincess. And after the break, we'll come back again to listen to Tolu sing for us. I'm sure you're gonna love that. Stay tuned.
Now you they make me halala. Baby just the one for me. Baby just
Hello guys, welcome back to the show one on one with Hyceprincess. And I'm still up with my guest today, Tolu. Tolu, what is that part of you, your fans, most people out there does not know about you?
Well, I think the only the only part of me that I think they don't know is that I have OCD. OCD meaning obsessive compulsive disorder. Everything has to be arranged, clean. Place has to be a certain kind of way, So I have that. I won't call it a problem, but I just like everywhere to be sanitary. So, and it can be a little obsessive about it. So yeah. I think
so everywhere must be neat in total.
Yeah.
Extremely neat.
Of course.
That's nice. So what's your advice to upcoming musicians out there, upcoming entrepreneurs generally?
Yeah, you should study your market. You should know what is trending and see how you can top it, and make sure that no matter what you're doing, your music is for Nigerians, because that's your consumer base. You understand? So there's something Coca said. He was like, the customer is always right, and I agree with him. Your customers have to get what they want if you want your music to go far. So that's basically my idea and my advice. And also, I know that being an artist on your own, it can be very hard when you don't have somebody supporting you. But just keep doing what you're doing. Keep performing at shows. Somebody will see like, who is this guy? Is he signed? Who is he signed to? He's very talented. That's how people get noticed. So yeah, even everybody knows Justin Bieber's story. He was noticed on YouTube. There's just a video he posted on YouTube, and today he's Justin Bieber, the huge star. So anybody can be noticed. So just keep your head up.
Thank you very much for coming. And we've gotten to that stage. Tolu is going to sing for us today. I'm sure you're going to love his voice. Girls, get ready to your heart to melt.
All right. Let me clear my throat. Could you be the one for me? And could we dance our life away? I wanna give you everything, though I don't have much. And could you fall in love with me? And would you love me the rest of my life? Could you forever be the one for me this time?
Wow, that's awesome. That's interesting. That's fascinating. What else should I say? You've got a great voice, so please keep it up. Let the sky not only be your limit. You go in there, you're gonna be very, very great with this your voice, I'm sure. Thank you for coming to the show. Till we'll see you next time. Stay tuned. One on one with Hyceprincess.
Yeah.